we talk about culture a lot here at Benjamin Franklin. We try and live it, and we describe culture as three things. It's who you are, it's what you do, and boys, what's the third part? How you do it. Can you just speak a little bit to the culture that you had in that high school, man, where those boys were able to, your teammates were able to be there for you and breathe that life and speak that life, and just that overall impact that it had to lead you to where you are today?
Yeah, I mean, guys, I always hear like culture is like a huge buzzword that I hear a lot of people talking about, right? Coaches can set the tone. They can kind of give you the blueprint of what they want in terms of the culture, but the culture is really built by the guys that are on the field. They're built by how you show up to practice every day, how attentive you are in the meetings, and the leaders, the seniors, the guys who have been in the program the longest, who have had success for multiple years, have to talk to the sophomores, the juniors, and the freshmen, and hold them accountable to what the standard of Benjamin Franklin football is, and what the culture for that community is. And like, it doesn't matter if it's your friend. It doesn't matter if it's somebody that you don't know or have a great relationship with on the team. Accountability is something that we all have to do, and we all have to stand up for. Because like, this is not a high school thing. It's going to be times when you guys are going to go to college, and you guys are out one day, and somebody else on the team drove, and you guys are at the bar, and he's had too many drinks. He's had too many drinks. He's going back to the car, and he's going to try to drive you guys back to campus. And you got to stand up and say, hey, look, this is unacceptable. I didn't drink. I'm more than capable of driving home. You have to take the ownership. Like, there's going to be times when other things in your life happens that you have to stand up and take accountability. That's where culture is really built. When people there's a climate where people are okay with being challenged because of the brotherhood, right? The best teams I've ever been on is when people can say something to me, I never take it personally because I know it's only for the betterment of the team. And that's part of being a really strong culture, is having that open line of communication with one another. That happens on the football field. It happens in life. It happens in school. When you don't understand something in the classroom, you go talk to your teacher after class. She gives you the help. He gives you the help. You do better on the quiz or the test that's coming up. That's accountability. That's culture being built. And I think that's something that's so very important. And there's a reason why you guys are in the position that you're in right now, competing for a state championship. It's because your culture is strong. But I want you guys to be able to not only take that culture that happens on the football field, I want you to take that into the community. Because when you guys play, there's going to be hundreds, maybe thousands of people that are going to be in attendance, and they're going to be watching the way you guys conduct yourself. They're going to be watching the character that you display. Are you going to be the guy that when you score a touchdown, are you going to be doing the celebration by yourself, or are you going to celebrate with the team? Because if you're a wide receiver and you catch a pass, there's a lot of things that have to happen for you to have that success. Obviously, you have to run a good route, you have to catch it, but the quarterback has to throw a good ball. All five of the offensive linemen have to block. Other guys have to run complementary routes to free you up to get you that one-on-one coverage. There's a lot of things that have to happen. So are you going to be the person that's going to take all the credit by yourself, or are you going to share it with the guys? Because your little brothers, your little sisters, other people in your community that will one day be playing at your high school are going to be watching the way you conduct yourself. And how you guys go about winning the state championship says more about you and your character than anything. So I want you to take all of those things in consideration.
We really appreciate your time and just giving it to us and making sure that you're speaking that truth, because these boys, they're fired up and ready to roll. But to hear it from someone like you, it's really impactful. And for you what you do with our community here in Arizona, we really appreciate all that you do.